Friends, the time has come. We gather here tonight as a nation to sit down and have a very important conversation that's going to be important to all of us. But first, you must hit the like button on this video, also hit subscribe, and then we will have a very, very important conversation that everyone in the true crime world has been talking about. Now, a tiny little trigger warning here. Some of us get triggered by pronunciations of words. And if you were one of those people for whom pronunciations wig you out and you might need to take some medication or go to the nervous hospital, then you might want to skip through this video and wait for the next one. But for the rest of us, we really have to make a decision. There are many, many things that you should not discuss in mixed company. You should not discuss politics. You should not discuss religion. And this, I fear, is one of those topics. This topic is the way in which the word buccal is pronounced. Now, if you're in the South, you've probably heard of a buckle swab, like a buckle on a belt or a buckle on your shoe if you're a pilgrim. But no, up here in the Northeast, or just people where I'm from, we say buccal swab. When I was in court and I had to get a buccal swab, it was called buccal. That was 20 some odd years ago. So in my mind, because the first way I ever heard it was buccal, I was like, obviously, that is the correct pronunciation, because how in the world would a good citizen of the city of New York ever pronounce anything incorrectly? It's unimaginable. So when I started watching other trials and other crimes and they called it a buckle swab, I was clutching my pearls. How in the world are you calling a buccal swab a buckle swab? What is wrong with you? Listen, I was overwrought. I was clearly, nearly beside myself at the wrong mispronunciation. And I was like, I need some Evian to calm myself down, because I am a classy broad who only drinks high-class water and pronounces words the proper way when I remember to. And so I was like, oh, I understand. Those poor people from other parts of the country, they don't say their words good. And so therefore, they must learn from us in the Northeast, where we don't say things like yous and y'all, etc. We say those words sometimes, but, well, we just say them and you have to overlook it because we think that everything we do is correct. The other thing that we need to talk about, the court-related mispronunciation that is driving me clean out of my mind, is the process for when, you know how you get your summons in the mail and you go for jury duty and you're like, okay, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to eat my bologna and cheese sandwich with the mayonnaise because this is not prison and I am not a barbarian. You might have even brought a salad because manners and class. You see, I have Evian, and in the spirit of full disclosure, this is actually tap water that I put in an empty Evian bottle. But had I not told you that, you would have thought I was one classy broad sitting here with my hair up. Oh, and I forgot to put my pearl earrings in. But anyway, and yes, this is me giving you side eye, but don't worry about it. She's not giving you side eye. Okay, she is giving you side eye, but you're supposed to not notice. So anyway, you take your nice salad with the quinoa on it, or your whole wheat bread, or your hummus, whatever you're eating, and you go to jury duty. And what do they do when they ask you those questions? What is that called by you? If you're calling it voir dire, then you, my friend, are pronouncing it correctly. It's voir dire, from the French, meaning voir and dire. I don't know French, but I know how to pronounce that word. I could not spell it if my life depended on it, but I do know how to pronounce it. You know what it's not called? Voir dire. What is wrong with people? I'm listening to these Southern tribes and they're like, we're doing voir dire. Dire? Dire? No, it's voir dire. Like Evian. Like some words just float off the tongue. You need to take the country out of your mouth and put it down to the side and say certain words the proper way, like voir dire. And what was the other one we started with? Buccal. Also, buccal to me sounds like a viscous fluid that comes out of the body that's disgusting, that you don't want the general public to see. But I'm just saying that's not what it is. It's the fancy word for spit. Also, the other word that I cannot abide, but we need to come together as a nation and decide on a proper pronunciation. And that word is rigor mortis. It is rigor similar to fig or other words that end in igger that I can't say because I'm not trying to get canceled by the lovely YouTubes, but rigor mortis. It's hard R, rigor, not Riger. It's not Tony the Tiger. It's Tigger. Tigger, rigor mortis. That's how you remember it. So I'm just saying, as you go about in your daily life discussing true crimes with friends and neighbors and countrymen and fellow gossips, and I know this is a touchy subject, and I just want to salute you for coming together with me and having this tough family conversation. But we are here together. We are here to support one another in pronouncing words correctly. Words such as rigor mortis and voir dire and what was the other one? Oh, buccal swab. You're welcome. Now you have the correct pronunciation. Go forth in your community and let all of those heathens and ne'er-do-wells know that they're doing it wrong. No, you're not a Karen for telling them you're doing it wrong. Tell them that a lady drinking Evian told you how to pronounce the words. Have a safe and lovely evening, and thank you for attending this public service announcement. Good night.